This is an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner. Congress is set to get a briefing from the Trump administration today, days after the U.S. and Israel launched a massive attack on Iran. The attacks continue, and retaliatory strikes from Iran have spilled over into the wider Middle East. One of them, the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. This morning, NBC's Richard Engel outside Tel Aviv.
Iran is lashing out at U.S. bases in the Gulf, at American diplomatic facilities. Iranians have said quite openly they believe that official sites, diplomatic sites, military bases are legitimate targets. And Iranian officials say that they didn't start this war. They are defending themselves, and therefore they are attacking targets that they believe are a part of this war machine which is being directed against them.
This has been an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Temperatures today back into the 70s with stubborn cloud cover this afternoon. Tonight will fall down to near 60 for the overnight low. Can't rule out an isolated shower for tomorrow. Most of us are dry and back near 80. Thursday, we have stubborn cloud cover again and again an isolated shower. We're back in the 70s. Record warmth is possible on Friday. More sunshine back in the low to maybe even the mid 80s. Then get ready for some more rain, even some thunderstorms on Saturday.
It's 60 degrees in America's Music City. And we'll call it partly cloudy because the sun is trying to break through over here in the Donaldson community at the Opry House and the Acuff House studio. And Charlie Matos, what you leading with in sports, man?
Well, nothing like, you got a 75-degree day and you're trying to play hockey inside. The ice crew loves that. It's a slushy ice a little bit. So.
Granddaughter Lily started softball practice last night.
Well, that at least is in the spirit of the weather we're having, not hockey, right? Preds played a 1 o'clock matinee against the Detroit Red Wings yesterday at Bridgestone Arena. Preds led 2-1 midway through the second, but Red Wings would respond with 3 unanswered goals to pull away for a 4-2 win. And not much time to dwell on the loss because the Preds are back on the road tonight in Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets. The Grizzlies finally playing some pretty good ball. Back-to-back wins on the road. They beat Dallas and Indiana, and tonight wrap up the road swing in Minneapolis against the Timberwolves. Zach Edey's going to have another surgery on his left ankle. He's been gone since early December. College basketball, Tennessee travels to Columbia to play South Carolina tonight. Vandy in Oxford, Mississippi for a matchup against Ole Miss. And spring training baseball, Deshaun Kersey, 2-run homer, and the Braves beat the Detroit Tigers 5-2 yesterday in Lakeland. And that's sports.
Bill Cody in the morning, WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome in. Amber Anderson is in for Kelly Sutton this morning, and that's Charlie Matos over there, large and in Charles. Charles is in charge. Yes, he is. Remember that? Annie Nye is our studio director. Jeff Roberts is in master control, and I'm Billy Boy, or Lily and Isaiah's Popo.
Popo.
Yes. So.
Popo. That's a great name.
It is. And Lily got, being the
yes, she
eldest,
got to choose.
She got the naming rights.
Yeah.
So I am a franchise.
I love it.
And Dirk Bentley and I get along swimmingly when he sings 5150.
Someone call the Popo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, except it's just called Popo in my case.
Not the Popo.
Because he will spoil us rotten if you call Popo. He'll do whatever you say. Hey, from the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk this morning, Amber Stardlito is coming to see us, along with producer Band Play. He's a Nashville native. New album that's Not the Country You Know comes out on Friday the 13th. We've had 2 Friday the 13th back to back. Then you say, what was the story, Charlie?
Yeah, the months match up. They don't do it that often. It hadn't been quite as long as I thought it was. Somebody had told me it was a couple hundred years. It actually happens every not that long, but
it's not as rare.
It's enough to still
but
mess up a lot of our guest bookings.
Yeah,
there've been 2 or 3 instances where people were coming in on the 20th and they were like, "Oh no, March 20th. Sorry." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
but a couple of hundred years makes it more interesting when you say it.
I think so too. Let's just say that.
I like that. Yes. Don Cusick and Mary Ellen Pethel are coming by. Got a new book, Howdy, the Minnie Pearl Story. And I'm telling you, Don Cusick is a talented cat. And can't wait to get to go. Last time he was here, it was Chet Atkins. It was voluminous. Mm-hmm. Even when he got it edited and finished, it was huge.
Sure.
And I forgot, he took 200 or 300 pages out, if I recall, or something like that.
That's crazy.
Chester. So what are you working on?
Well, we're going to talk about Megan Maroney and Ella Langley.
Making history, I
Making
understand.
history for the girls. So excited about this.
With International Women's Day coming up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And Carrie Underwood and her grandma hobbies, because grandma hobbies are my favorite topic right now. And when she started talking about it, I'm like, let's talk about it. So
Are you doing things that exhibit your inner grandma?
absolutely. I tell everybody I am firmly in like my grandma hobby era. I am needle pointing. I am going to play. I have now joined Mahjong open play. So I sit and play Mahjong with
And
people.
explain what that is.
It's a Chinese like tile game, but it's somewhat like cards and bingo.
Okay.
Because you're
Dominoes,
trying to
maybe?
kind of a little bit of that too, but you're basically trying to get a sequence with your tiles. Like you have a card that has all these sequence options. So kind of like bingo in the way you're trying to make a pattern, right?
Hold all cards. Bingo has been called.
Yeah, like you call Mahjong though.
Yeah.
So it's like
Are you familiar with it? Chuck?
I've heard it.
and
I've never played it.
It is addicting. It's addicting. And again, with my hobbies, if I take interest in something, it's like pretty much my whole personality, but my whole personality is like 18 things because I have so many hobbies.
Well, you share that with Carrie Underwood. That's good company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's doing more advanced stuff than me. I'll tell y'all about
Have
it.
you made an Afghan yet or not? Is that too much?
The only thing I have ever crocheted is scrunchies. I learned how to
Oh,
make
Okay. Yeah.
scrunchies.
Yeah.
Crocheting them.
Not.
It's very random.
Not
and
much
very
use
specific.
for me, but.
But
Well, you know,
I know.
The go-to for my mother's age group and that generation before, quilting.
I was trying.
Is that still a thing?
Yes, and a friend of mine actually is taking a quilting class on Friday that I tried to get into, but it was full.
Oh.
So I am also in sewing club. Like this is.
I love a good quilt.
I
Man, a
want to
quilt.
learn.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of measuring and counting, which
Right. An Afghan's just an itchy blanket, but a quilt is nice.
So do you want me to crochet you an
Maybe-
Afghan?
No, I
or
want you to
quilt
make me a quilt. I want you to
Yes.
make me a quilt.
Maybe you should go with cotton instead of wool.
There we
Chuck.
go. Well, I don't know.
Ricky Skaggs and Sharon White. They're on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, the one that made country music famous all over the world. Good morning.
If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea to ease your pain. Oh, the night's forlorn and the morning's born, and the morning's born with the lights of love, and you'll miss sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea to ease your pain. Baby's with me now, since I showed her how. would lay her little hand in mine. Who could ill agree? Well, she's a sight to see, a treasure for this poor boy to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain.
Starting with one store in 1978, Boot Barn has become the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation. Supporting those who feed, build, and protect America, we offer the largest selection of cowboy boots, work boots, Western wear, workwear, and outdoor gear. With over 500,000 pairs of boots and thousands of top-quality jeans and clothing, it's an honor to support the people who make our country so great. Boot Barn. Keep West.
Hello, friend. Al Purnell here, the Sausage Man, for Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage. Purnell Sausage was born in Tennessee and raised in Kentucky, and that was over 80 years ago. And we still make sausage like Daddy taught us to. We make pork and turkey sausage, bratwurst and franks, sausage cheese balls, and sausage gravy. No matter what you like, pick up Purnell's Old Folks Country Sausage at your favorite store, because it's good.
We're talking today with Jeff Roberts of Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer. You work hard every day. So what happens when you get hurt on the job or your claim is denied?
Jeff, I got hurt at work, filed for workers' comp, and just got a denial letter. Now what do I do?
Unfortunately, this happens a lot. Insurance companies deny claims hoping people will just give up. But you have rights, and you can fight back.
Okay, so how do I fight back?
Well, we appeal the decision, gather medical records, and sometimes we find that you may need a second opinion from a doctor that's not affiliated with the insurance company. You worked hard for that paycheck. Now let us work hard for you. Give me a call today at 615-425-4400. That's 615-425-4400. Or visit me online at middletninjury.com. That's middletninjury.com.
Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer. Find them online at middletninjury.com.
Here's a performance from a recent episode of Opry Live on Coffee, Country, and Cody.
I always wanted that boy she's in love with, and that pretty house they share up on that hill. Looks like she got the life I always wanted and always will. Well, I like the way she laughs when she's laughing, and I love the way she walks into a room. Shoulders back like she ain't scared of nothing, down to her. Truth to me could not be any clearer. You've all
Yes, Trisha Yearwood, all over the world, from the stage that made country music famous, the Grand Ole Opry. Welcome in on television, Circle Country, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And I mentioned a little earlier, 47 years ago tonight, a breakthrough at the Opry regarding national television. So PBS comes to town, and they do a show at the Grand Ole Opry, which was a first. And you know what they called it?
What did they call it?
Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Yeah, from the Grand Ole Opry. It was Saturday Night Live for the very first time. PBS, this was again on the 3rd of March in 1979. Del Reeves, Barbara Mandrell, Bill Monroe, Hank Snow, Roy Acuff, Minnie Pearl, Don Gibson, and a host of other folks. It became the most popular broadcast of the PBS year after they aired it.
I'm sure.
Now, fast forward a year. It's 46 years now since my wedding anniversary. Rebecca and I honeymooned, and PBS taped that night as well. We didn't know it. Had no idea.
That's nuts.
And little did we know that Loretta Lynn, who was on the bill as an Opry star, would bring out Sissy Spacek because it was the opening week, the premiere of Coal Miner's Daughter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of it?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I'm sure we can talk to somebody and get it.
Yeah, I do. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, in the years that followed,
so
because it
cool.
would re-air from time to time during their fundraising period. So
What are the odds? It's a very specific day, and
Yeah.
like in a great occasion.
Yeah.
That you and Rebecca will always remember. I
we
love
married
that.
on the 29th.
Mhm.
Jeff Roberts, Master Control, birthday on the 29th.
Leap baby.
So we always celebrate on the 28th.
Yep.
And I celebrated by going back to the Opry and working the Oh Brother tribute show. And she had a siblings weekend in Kentucky.
There you go. There you go.
A lot of romance.
That's how it worked for Dolly for years. Just never see each other.
Yeah.
You'll make it to 50 years
Yeah,
easily.
you'll get it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it, to be honest. Yeah.
So what you got going on over there as we await Starlito in studio this morning, along with this producer band play. A couple of guys with Middle Tennessee connections. And we'll talk more about that. Starlito grew up here in Nashville and band plays from Columbia originally.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Middle Tennessee, born and bred. Well, we have to say a big congratulations to Megan Maroney and Ella Langley because they have just made history. As I want to get this right, because the last time that someone who primarily recorded country music was the top of the Billboard 200 albums chart and the Billboard Hot 100, which is a songs chart, was in 2024, October 2024, which was Jelly Roll for Beautifully Broken on the albums chart and Shabuzi for a bar song on the Hot 100 songs chart. Now this is the first time two females have accomplished this. Megan Maroney's Cloud 9 is number 1 on the Billboard Hot 200 albums chart. And Ella Langley is number 1 with Choosing Texas on the Hot 100. And this is all genre. This isn't just country.
Go girls.
So it's big in that regard, but it is even bigger that it is the first time that two females have accomplished this.
Well,
and
Charlie, he referenced it earlier. Did Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen, did you say there's
Yes.
a connection there too?
Yep. So the last time was Jelly and Shabuzi. Then August 31st, 24 was Post Malone and Shabuzi. And then July 22nd, 2023 was Speak Now, Taylor's version, in Last Night, Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
So, he had to get the Taylor Swift in there. Taylor did it.
But
Taylor did
Well,
it too.
she did. I'm not like I'm being incorrect. So.
I'm teasing him.
oh, go ahead.
I love
Be
you,
incorrect.
Charlie. He's like, no, Taylor did it. I'm like, yes, but alongside a male. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it was like her.
That's what surprised me, that it wasn't
Both.
her album and her single. That
Yeah.
seems like it would have made sense at the time.
Yeah. But congratulations to Megan and Ella. That is a huge feat.
Who was it that said that they got Walland? Was it Scotty McCreery?
Yeah, well, it matters to her.
Yeah.
Got stuck at number two. Yeah, Scott Stem said, no, we got Walland on that one. I'm like,
I think that makes sense.
That's an adjective now, right?
Yep. And then Carrie Underwood took to the news about her grandma hobbies, which
And they
I
include
soaked this up. Crocheting,
okay,
making sourdough. I forgot this earlier. Bird watching.
Really?
Yeah, she's into bird watching.
Okay.
making her own kombucha and also growing her own hot peppers to make her own fermented hot sauce.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I hear a lot of fermenting.
What kind of peppers are we talking? Are we talking about cayenne? Are we
I'm
talking
not sure.
about jalapeno?
I don't think she said.
Ghost peppers.
She just said her own hot peppers and she makes her own hot sauce.
That has become a thing.
Which I'm like, okay. But I wonder if she needlepoints. If she crochets, maybe.
It's a different skill, though, right?
Yeah, it's different. But
It's like you play banjo, but do you play mandolin too? It's kind of a different thing.
I'm like, I wonder what else she does. Does she just crochet? Does she knit?
I bet she plays the accordion.
Probably can. if anyone can, I would not be surprised seeing her come out there with an accordion.
Is habanero the hottest pepper, or is the ghost pepper?
I don't like hot peppers, so I don't really know.
about peppers.
I like curries. I like spices. I don't like hot just to hurt me.
Have you seen the video of the guy that on the news who eats the pepper?
No. Is it real or is it
yes.
AI?
Yes.
It's real.
It's real?
And the guy was like, "You're gonna need some milk to cut that heat."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
just
Ooh.
I stay away from all of it.
Yeah, I had some Indian food one time, and they would cut it with some sort of a mango drink.
Mm-hmm.
Would help knock the edge from the.
Oh, it's probably the mango lassi because that's a cream based.
Okay.
The lassi is
So
a
it's just-
cream based.
It was almost like
almost like a milkshake.
what was it? Orange Julius. Kind of reminded
Very
me
much
of
so.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Man, that's a throwback. Orange
Yeah.
Julius. I used to love those.
The hottest habanero is the red Savina habanero, with a heat level of up to what's the SHU that scale that they use?
The level of how much it's going to hurt you.
577,000
Well, that sounds like a lot.
SHU. A lot of anything.
Yes, yes, that's true. Yeah.
I'm looking to see if it says what peppers she has, but it does not.
And what I've discovered?
It just says hot peppers.
Fresno peppers.
Okay.
They're red peppers, kind of a triangular shape, and they're right there on the edge of being too hot. They'd be too hot for you, Charlie. But because I'm like you, I don't want to go completely crazy just for the sake of doing it.
Any hot is too hot for me. So I would say it's too hot.
But
for me.
man, these I just discovered them on the shelf there one day, looking for some olives and some pickles and onions and things in a jar, and saw this. I've never heard of a Fresno pepper, and it was created in Fresno, California, through a blend
Of different peppers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I'm eating sushi and like one grain of rice touches the
wasabi?
wasabi, I will take the chopsticks and
I'm the same
remove
way.
the one grain of rice that has the wasabi.
I am the same way. I'm like,
Yeah.
take the chopstick and go,
Yeah.
nope, I cannot put,
Yeah. I should just
am-
tell them don't put the wasabi on the plate, but you know.
And I'll tell you what else to do it if it's done right is pure horseradish.
Oh yeah, I don't like that either.
They-
That's the problem. I don't like that either.
It'll do that thing.
Yeah.
I went to
It
Pastis.
vapors.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass out now.
I went to Pastis on Sunday with my friend whose husband is from France. And he was like, you need to try some of this mustard on your steak. Because I got steak frites. I was like, nope. And I was like, why is this horseradish? This is mustard. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is this flavor profile?
Yeah.
Not a fan, I will say.
If the steak is good enough, it doesn't need anything.
Well, and that's what I said. I don't think I need anything on this steak. I think I'm good.
But I like all the Indian stuff. I like turmeric. I like cumin. I
Okay.
like coriander. I like all that stuff.
See, I'm not a fan.
Scoville heat units. That's what I
Scoville,
call them.
that's right.
And the hottest pepper, currently the hottest pepper in the world, with an average of 2.70 million Scoville heat units. It peaks at over 3 million, is Pepper X. And it looks harmless. It looks like those little Italian peppers that come with your pizza.
Oh, the ones I throw away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Papa John's.
I love those things because they're more pickly than they are hot.
Yeah.
But this thing, that habanero, same way. You know, see this little pumpkin orange pepper, and you think, oh, how
Well,
cute.
next time Carrie plays the Opry, somebody ask her exactly what kind of pepper she's
Yeah.
growing because she just says hot.
My
so
guess is she has a variety,
I'm sure she does.
so she can
Yeah.
make some salsa.
Yeah.
You're in Coffee Country and Cody all over the world on WSM Radio, Circle Country Television, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube with Amber Anderson and Charlie Mattos. And We've got Starlito and Band Play coming by to see us with new music and an album that drops on Friday the 13th.
They are walking in the green room as we speak.
Oh, okay. So we're going to the break?
No, we're going to go to Dasha on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay. Yes, doing Oh Anna,
Yep.
which is her new single, but this is particularly special because it is the Opry live.
It is the live version of it.
And
Yep.
you're going to see it and hear it all over the world right now from Dasha.
Empty pockets when you step, don't know where you got it, but you got the competence for flirting with the boys in little cotton dress. That was it, innocent. Handmade tickets, putting on a show. That living room couch was always from the road. Didn't know where you were going, but then again, you kinda did. I miss you. I need you. I left you. Didn't mean to. I wish you would come back a little, come back a little. Run as fast as you can. I wish you would meet me in the middle, meet me in the middle. Take me by the hand. 'Cause I feel more like a scared little kid than I ever did back then. I wish you would come back a little, come back a little. Make me that girl again. Oh, Anna, but you talk that when talk about you, didn't talk right back. Now put on that with a smile and laugh like I don't care, but I do. What happened to knowing who I am? Your pigtail braids step away by the plan. You took 'cause you had to, you did it 'cause you can. No, I'm just worried about being skinny and getting spray sands, and I miss you. Damn, I need you. I left you, hope I didn't lose you. I wish you would come back a little, come back a little. Run as fast as you can. I wish you would meet me in the middle, meet me in the middle. Take me by the hand. 'Cause I feel more like a scared little kid than I ever did back then. I need you to come back a little, come back a little. Make me that girl again. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. I didn't even know you were gone till I was drunk on Broadway and they were playing our song. Staring in the mirror in the dirty bathroom light, and I found you there tonight. And it hit me. You'll be dancing instead of crying, getting everybody on their feet. 'Cause girl, you got your dream. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Ooh, I wish you would come back a little, come back a little. Run as fast as you can. I wish you would meet me in the middle, meet me in the middle. Take me by the hand. 'Cause I feel more like a scared little kid than I ever did back then. I need you to come back a little, come back a little. Make me that girl again. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Oh, Anna. Thank you.
Coffee, country, and Cody.
I don't get it. I'm really confused.
WSM.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Good Tuesday morning. This is Holly Thompson with your WSMV4 News Update. Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake says there are no known credible threats in Nashville following U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran. Chief Drake just issued a statement urging people to report anything suspicious or concerning. It comes after the deadly shooting outside a bar in Austin, Texas. The FBI is investigating that shooting as a potential act of terrorism following the start of the war with Iran. New this morning, a driver's facing charges for hitting a woman in a motorized wheelchair in Madison. It happened at the intersection of Gallatin Pike and East Palestine Avenue yesterday. Caitlin Roundtree charged with failure to yield. Roundtree told Metro Police she was turning onto Gallatin Pike. She looked down at her GPS and did not see the woman in the wheelchair. Well, the woman was seriously hurt. According to the arrest report, video showed the woman in the wheelchair was in a crosswalk and the pedestrian walk sign was on. Retired astronaut Butch Wilmore is officially finished with space and now looking to join Tennessee's governor's race. Yeah, the Mount Juliet native now throwing his hat into the ring to replace Governor Bill Lee. That's according to the latest candidate list for governor. Wilmore returned to space in March of last year following months of uncertainty during an extended stay in space. Wilmore is a UT and Tennessee Tech graduate. He now joins the race among Senator Marsha Blackburn, also Representative John Rose, Memphis Councilwoman Jerry Green, and more than 20 other candidates. Qualifying deadline to join the governor's race is next Thursday. You can follow updates on these stories and the latest on your First Alert forecast. It's all in the WSMV4 News app. From the WSMV4 Newsroom, I'm Holly Thompson.
WSM weather. From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your First Alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Warmer today, but stubborn cloud cover this afternoon. Low to mid-70s for that high. We're down near 60 tonight. Even warmer tomorrow with an isolated shower in the afternoon. High temperature back near 80.
And picked up another degree in the last few minutes to 62. A little bit overcast here on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza in the Simply Superior A-Cuff House studio at Charlie Matto Sports.
Well, we'll start with hockey. Preds had a 1 o'clock matinee yesterday against the Red Wings. It was 2-1 Nashville midway through the second period, but Detroit would finish with 3 in a row, and they win at 4-2. Preds, not much time to rest. They're in Columbus to play the Blue Jackets tonight. Grizzlies playing some good ball. They won back-to-back on the road, and tonight they are in Minnesota. Bad news, though, Zach Edey going to need another surgery on his left ankle. He has not played since early December. That's sports.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk, this is Coffee Country and Cody.
And we welcome in the studio at the desk this morning, Starlito and his producer, Band Play, just rolled in.
What's up? Good morning.
Good to see you, fellas.
Good morning.
And what a lot of people would not know about your story is, Starlito, you grew up in Nashville, did you not?
Yes, sir. East Nashville, to be exact.
Is that right?
Yes.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Hume Fogg.
Okay. And you're a Columbia guy, Band Play.
Good old country boy. Good old country boy.
You were telling me back in the fall, you moved to the city. You moved to Hermitage.
I did. I moved to the city. I've probably been in the Nashville area probably about 10 plus years now, but it's it ain't a big step, but it's a pretty big step coming from where I'm from.
Yeah. So let's tell the story of what you're bridging here musically this morning in a town that's steeped in country music tradition, but also has this rich R&B and urban heritage.
For sure.
And you're kind of bringing all that together.
For sure. We're dropping an album, Not the Country You Know, March 13th. And I'm on year 21, I believe, professionally. And traditionally, I've been a hip-hop artist. I've existed in the underground rap realm primarily. I was signed at 19 years old to Universal Motown through Cash Money Records. And thus far, my story has kind of singularly been told through the lens of rap. And I mean, it's had some overlap with R&B, but recently I ventured out in the writing space in country music and beyond. And my bro band player, we've been working together for 10 plus years. He's had some tremendous success producing in country that he could tell you more about. But we started collaborating on a project, and some of those things, some of those accomplishments individually had kind of happened while we were working on the project, and it just formed this synergy of, hey, I've been writing some country stuff, I've been producing some country stuff, and between those networks that we're establishing in those lanes, we just put it together. And I mean, it was experimental, but it was also like completely intentional. Like you said, me being a Nashville native, it's a rarity. I mean, called a unicorn a lot. You don't meet, you don't meet a lot of people that are from here natively anymore. And musically, it's bridging that gap, and also wanting to show and tell the story that music is music. And as a writer, I feel like I can write in any space or any pocket.
So if you had told that 19-year-old kid who was getting started in hip-hop he'd be writing country stuff one day, what would he have said?
Perhaps. I think because even in my earliest days, I always viewed myself more as a writer than anything. Early on, one of the I had to figure out the flow and the pockets and all those things that are nuanced in rap. I think before I had that, I had the ability to write. I was published in a poetry anthology in the 3rd grade, so writing has always been something that was near and dear to me. I won a service merchandise writer showcase for sports writing.
Whoa, that's taking us back. Service merchandise, baby.
For sure. Yeah, I'm aging myself. That was in 11th grade, so it's always been writing for me. And so I think even as, you know, I'm 40 plus and kind of an elder statesman in the hip hop realm, I want to figure out something for myself that I could sustain. I think when I started off rapping, I never saw myself rapping past 30. At that time, it was viewed as it's still more so viewed as a young person's sport, if you will. And I never had much more than a 10-year or so playing in rap. Fortunately, I've, you know, doubled the tenure there, and I'm still viable. But I think being a writer was always in my heart. And I think being from Nashville, like, country music is ever present.
Who was the first country influence you remember?
Probably Achy Breaky Heart was the first thing.
There, Billy Ray.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus probably the first thing that
makes me a little sad, Stoney. I know it was such a mega hit. No,
yeah, I'm just reaching back.
It really was. Well, you mentioned almost aging out of a genre. You know, famously, there's a great interview with Mick Jagger talking about it. If you think I'm going to be 50 years old singing Satisfaction, and he's 82 still singing Satisfaction.
Right.
But I mean, you have been prolific. I mean, the only guy who's been busier than you is Willie. I mean, I just for the fun of it, I went to the Wikipedia discography, and you got like 65 projects in 20 years. I mean, that's 3 a year.
For sure.
Like when you do a live show, how hard is it to do a set list? Because you can't possibly make everybody happy.
It's challenging. It's challenging. A lot of times it's what record we're working currently.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on where we are, you know, there are certain projects that resonated more in a given region or otherwise. Because there was a time when my music didn't go past the Mid-South. And probably early 2010s, maybe. I started to go further and making my way to Texas and Michigan, and there were areas deeper into Florida. It just kind of the internet, just the world becoming smaller. And with that, it is a challenge. You know, my set list went from 30 minutes to 45 to the last solo show I did here in Nashville. I performed for nearly 2 hours because obviously I have fans that have been here every step
since the
of
start,
way.
right? Yeah.
So it is a challenge, but even now we're trying to double down on that, and maybe I have an acoustic section to the set that you know.
Bandplay, what's it like to work with someone not only who's a friend but who you respect so much musically?
I mean, it honestly, and and just going back, like Lito was probably one of the first artists I worked with, just coming to Nashville and start messing with different artists and different genres and everything of that nature. So he always pushed me to be better, just because I have to be good on these lyrics at the same time, just like he got to be good on these good beats that I had. So it just coincides with each other, and I've always loved working with him just from the start. Like I grew up listening to him. I mean, I'm not sure how many years older than he is than me, but I grew up listening to him, being that he's in Nashville and I'm coming from Columbia as a younger guy. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just a dream at first to start working with him, and now we hand in hand on the text with each other every day and completed a project that's going to go to the world and be great. So it's just I feel like it's a one-on-one situation.
And I understand that it was an older brother.
Yeah,
that
type situation.
was really the person that got you headed in that direction.
Yes, sir. Yeah. My older brother's name is Chris Owens, and I mean, basically, I started making beats around like 12, 14 years old, and he kind of showed me the programs, and I just kind of took it and ran with it. And he still produces to this day. Yeah, man.
Did you come up with band play on your own, or
I
someone?
did.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if someone just called it and it stuck. You know,
I did.
So, okay.
I was going by my initials at one point in time as a producer name, and then I was just in the car one day, and I was actually, when I first moved to Nashville, and I was just riding down, and I've always been inspired by like band sounds and college bands, and that's kind of what my whole sound has come about. And I was just like, man, I'm about to call myself something else, and I just like it just popped up in my head. Like you always heard the term "let the band play" sometimes and stuff like that. I said, I'm gonna just call myself band play, and I just took it and ran with it.
I love that.
Here I am.
And there's a link.
Switch it up.
LetTheBandPlay.com.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, man. So
yeah.
just kind of keep it going.
That's great.
Well, we're going to feature this first single off the album, and Starlito referenced it earlier. Not the Country You Know, which comes out on the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Yes, sir.
That's an auspicious day. And then
It's my mom's birthday.
Oh, is it? No kidding. Well, good. Did you do it in
Happy
her
birthday,
honor? Is
Mom.
that the way you did that?
I did.
Good for you. Good for you. And Josh Miranda, Who I Am. Give us a backstory on this song, and we'll play it all over the world.
Man, I was working on an album with Big X the Plug. He's a new artist that I've been working with for the past.
Oh,
2.5
Amber's hanging out
years.
with Big X on her
it.
Amazon
We
podcast.
got to interview him this
man.
year, and last year it was incredible.
Yeah, so actually last year we had just put out a project, I Hope You're Happy, and Who I Am was one of the songs that came about that I was kind of working on as far as pitching to the project and everything. And it was one of the songs obviously didn't get chosen, so being at the project me and Lito were working on, it was kind of like an alley-oop, and I was just trying to throw it and see what would come of it. And, like, we got in the studio together. I played it for him. He was like, oh, yeah, that's perfect. And I kind of already had a cadence. So how we did the song, he basically he did the song backwards. He did the last verse first. And then we came in. And then my boy Josh, he's just an amazing artist. I was in the studio with him. We came up with the chorus and just worked on it a couple of days, and you know, this is it. This is what it is right here. Who I Am.
Band Play, the producer, the artist. Do you prefer Starlito or Lito? I notice he's referenced you as
Whatever's clever.
As long as you buy the record.
Yeah, exactly.
All over the world on WSM Radio, Circle Country TV, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
You're in need of a serious attitude adjustment, young man.
Presented in part by Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Springer Mountain Farms is a brand people trust. They're American in every sense of the word and take great pride in producing simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken for you and your family. Hi, this is Bill Cody. At Springer Mountain Farms, the best flavor and quality are guaranteed. They have a long-standing commitment to using 100% U.S.-grown corn and soybeans to feed their chickens, and they raise their chickens responsibly on family farms in the hills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. All Springer Mountain Farms practices and procedures are American Humane certified. Springer Mountain Farms' Simply Superior Chicken is always all natural and never fed any animal byproducts, antibiotics, or hormones. At Springer Mountain Farms, they do it all to feed you, America, Simply Superior Springer Mountain Farms Chicken. Visit SpringerMTN.com to find Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior Chicken at a store or restaurant near you. And experience the Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior difference today.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Starlito and Bandplay with us this morning with a new album that Bandplay produced, and Starlito is featured on Not the Country You Know. We heard Josh Miranda. You guys teaming up as we went to the break a little bit earlier. We got more as we close here in just a little bit. And with Jackson Nance, which we will talk about. But I'm curious, one of the promo pictures I saw says, Not the Country You Know, unapologetically authentic and homegrown. And the two of you are standing next to a big Case 340 all-wheel drive tractor. So does the tractor belong to one of you?
It belongs to some buddies of ours.
We drove it, though. I drove it all day.
Definitely
I loved it.
test drove it.
You're like, yes, this is the best.
I was doing donuts in the tractor.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a sweet ride as tractors go, man.
Yeah. I wanted to go back and talk about your working relationship, because so many of the artists that we have come in talk about finding your people, finding your producer, finding somebody that gets you. And I mean, both ways, like you said.
Sure.
What has that been like in finding each other and deciding like, hey, we're working together, but we're also kind of going down this different lane? Does it provide a like separate set of challenges, or is it that much more fun because you're just trying something new together?
I think it's more fun than challenging, and whatever challenges come with it are welcome. It's like pushing ourselves at this point. Like I said from the beginning, it was like I like to surround myself with people that encourage me to improve or do better. And with this project, a lot of times he'd arrive at the studio with an idea already in hand. And as an artist, sometimes we need that nudge or we need inspiration. So he's like, I hear this cadence on I've got to follow his lead. He programmed the beat, you know. In the same way, he's coming in with collaborators like Jackson on this single, or like Extreme there's a record called God Mode that has like a reggae influence. I don't think I would have ever made that record by myself, like without that suggestion and otherwise. So the challenge of it at that point, like you said, it's a layup. Half the job is already done. Yeah. Now I can just use my pen and, you know, do what I do and add to it. And I think in all those things that came with direct suggestion, we nailed it. We knocked it out of the park. And like I said, I welcomed it, because sometimes we can box ourselves in and just stay in our comfort zone. But the progress really comes outside of our comfort zone.
So is it a kind way of saying you're a taskmaster, Bandplay?
You can say that for sure. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to certain artists that I have history with. You know what I mean? Like we both then had great success in our departments of what we do at a higher standard. So it's fun at the end of the day. It's not really work.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Speaking of fun, at the end of the day, you used the reference layup. You played basketball with Jelly Roll the other night?
I did. We were at Vanderbilt late night. It was a good run.
Yeah, you known each other a long time?
We have pretty much our entire careers. We go back 20+ years, so it's always a joy to catch up and outside of the music making space when we can, just enjoy ourselves. And I mean, the fitness journey that he's on is inspiring.
Boy, I'm telling you.
We keep in touch quite a bit.
So we're going to close with Always Something. Jackson Nance, we referenced earlier. Starlito, band play. Thank you for coming to see us and sharing the new music.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
and that Not the Country You Know full album comes out March 13th.
Yes, sir.
Coffee, country, and Cody.
Nobody does anything better.
Best in the world.
WSM.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
From the Simply Superior Studio, inside the Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Your radio home for the Opry. WSM Nashville.
This is an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner. 6 U.S. service members are dead as Operation Epic Fury continues against Iran. NBC's Alice Barr reports that Iran's retaliatory strikes are threatening to engulf the entire region in chaos.
The U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, struck by drones. A Saudi official tells NBC News no one was injured. Now several U.S. embassies across the region are closing, ordering non-emergency personnel to leave, though thousands of flights are canceled, stranding American travelers.
It was confirmed yesterday that Kuwaiti Defense Forces had mistakenly shot down 3 U.S. F-15 fighter jets in a mishap that saw all crew members able to safely eject. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth contends the conflict won't be endless. This has been an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner.
WSM weather. From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Warmer today, but stubborn cloud cover this afternoon. Low to mid-70s for that high. We're down near 60 tonight. Even warmer tomorrow with an isolated shower in the afternoon. High temperature back near 80.
And a 62-degree mark. Just a little bit of a wind chill. Feels like 60 when you step out, but still obviously mild. From the Simply Superior Acuff House studio on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza, Charlie Matos, update us on sports.
Well, a lot to get to. We'll start with some college basketball. In the new AP poll, the Vols and the Commodores remain ranked, although just barely. Tennessee at number 23, Vanderbilt at number 24. The Florida Gators, the highest-ranked team in the Southeastern Conference, at number 5, and Duke is number 1. Tennessee travels to Columbia to play South Carolina tonight. Vandy heads to Oxford for a matchup with Ole Miss. Spring training ball, the Braves, 5-2 winners over the Tigers in Lakeland. Deshaun Kersey, 2-run homer to lead Atlanta. Braves have a couple of days off now. They'll return to action Thursday against the Blue Jays. Atlanta's won 8 of their 11 this spring. Preds and the Red Wings in a matinee yesterday at Bridgestone Arena, and it was a 4-2 Detroit win. The Preds led 2-1 midway through the second period, but the Red Wings would finish with 3 unanswered goals. Nashville in Columbus to play the Blue Jackets tonight. The Grizzlies are in Minnesota to play the Timberwolves tonight. Memphis with a couple of road wins on this trip already, with victories at Dallas and at Indiana. And some bad news, Zach Edey going to undergo another surgery on his left ankle. He has not played since early December. And that's sports.
Well, Amber Anderson, Charlie Matos, Andy Nye, Jeff Roberts, we are back to wrap it up on television at circlecountry.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and back at it tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Central. Charlie will run Kelly Sutton's Tuesday night Opry lineup.
Yeah, Grand Ole Opry stars T. Graham Brown, the Del McCoury Band, and Mandy Barnett. The special guests include one of the best songwriters on the planet, Tom Douglas, Great Bluegrass with Sister Sadie, Lola Kirky's there, Ryan and Rory, Tony Trishka, and Chris and Taylor, the Malpass Brothers.
And Starlito and band play. We appreciate them stopping by with that new music that comes out Friday the 13th, Not the Country You Know. And straight ahead, Don Cusick and Mary Ellen Pethel with a new book. Oh, what a joy. Howdy! The Minnie Pearl story. And that's coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. You stay with us on WSM Radio again. Back tomorrow morning at 8 on TV.